I don't know if I'm live. I think I set it to start at 1:45, but then again, I am not good at this. Here, I'm gonna have to be checking it on my phone. And I'll adjust all the audio and everything. If I am live. Again, I think I am, actually. I am live. Hello. Thanks for telling me in the chat. So, hello everyone. How you guys doing? Hope this doesn't sound too terrible. I'm going to be checking my audio levels, like I said, on my phone. But this is the thumbnail stream, as you should be able to see from here. Thumbnail stream, I've always wanted to redesign some of my my past thumbnails because they used to be like terrible. I was always trying to put my own flavor into it, I guess, by like adding the blackboard. If you look at a bunch of my oldest videos, they all have the blackboard in the background, and that really just doesn't look too good for thumbnails. Alright, I think I'm doing this. Hold on, let me check this. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Sorry if that echoed for a second. But yeah, I got some non-copyrighted stream music going on in the background. I'll make myself a little quieter. It might be a little loud. Here, let me throw the chat up real quick. Alright, you guys. Yeah. Alright. Here, alright. Myself. Yeah, alright. There we go. Alright, so now I got the chat up. So I'll be able to see you guys if you're talking to me. So yeah, thumbnail stream. Like I said, it's just gonna be me redesigning some of my past thumbnails, and maybe even the thumbnail for this stream. I don't know if this actually saved, because looking at it, I think it's just my channel banner, but we could even redesign the thumbnail for this stream. I apologize for my dog, if you guys can hear him. But, the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to start simple with, this one. I was pretty proud of this one. And if you look at my channel, it wasn't until like 5 videos ago where I started, and of course the white border that you see around this is not actually there. That's just OBS capturing a little too much. I could adjust it. If it's bothering you guys, just let me know. But this one I was kind of proud of. It's pretty simple, honestly, but looking from a graphic design point of view, this is probably one of my better thumbnails, if not my best thumbnail. I was just thinking about the stream I just did over on Gravity Max about flags, because that had to do with a lot of graphic design. We designed some flags over there, if you want to check out that stream. The state flags, all of them, actually. But just going from a graphic design point of view, I have, just simple shapes. I have this oval going through, but what I did is I made it go behind the G, but over the Y, which gives it a 3-dimensional look, because if I just had it going over both, it wouldn't look like it's actually orbiting the title, or just gravity, the word. So how I did that is I just typed gravity and deleted the Y, or I just cut it from there, and then I just put it over, made it a different layer, and put it behind. All simple stuff. I use pretty much all very practical effects for my thumbnails, and I'd say that that one is a super simple one that you can do, because if I just sync this behind it, you'll be able to see that here. Yeah, the Y in and of itself is not, well, now it's messing up and moving everything else because Google does not like to select stuff. And I can mess with this. This is a copy of the thumbnail, so I'm not like messing up the archives. But the text boxes are messed up. That's another thing to pay attention to, is make your text boxes normal. But as you can see, the Y is a completely different layer than the rest of the word gravity. This is, again, the oval just loves to be selected. But this is all just one thing, and then I just put it there with the oval, so I just go back, put it there, and we make it look good. My only grievance with this is the 128 seconds. Again, you know me, I'm always trying to add my spice onto it. So with this, I always add the less than 128 seconds. So I tried to make it go horizontal, you know, like as if it was going on the equator or anything, but honestly what I should have done is made it go like this, centered it, and then made this bigger. And again, I'm doing this all in Google Slides, so it's not like I got some big budget editing software. I might buy one in the future, but I don't know. And then, so now you guys see the issue. The obvious issue. Like, everyone is a graphic designer in their heart, because I'm sure anyone could tell me what's wrong with this. It's that the 128 gets washed out by the white in the planet. It's hard to read that 128. So we have a couple of options. We can either change the color of the 128 seconds. We can highlight it like I am now. Like maybe put a highlight on it like that. Makes it readable, but makes it look much worse. But what I would like to do is I would like to dim the image behind it. So just adjust it, and all we do is we just take down the brightness of that just enough so you can still tell what it is, because we don't want to get it all washed out to not looking like a planet. Oh, you guys can see those sliders. That's good. We don't want to. You got to find that perfect balance right there. So that makes it much more readable, and you can still tell what it is. You know, it's just a planet, and you know, there you go. Now this is much more readable. The rest of the image, I think, is pretty alright. Another thing I just like doing, a little Easter egg, if you may, is with these planets. And these planets I just got as PNGs from Google Images, and I just pasted them in here. I made the light hitting them come from the same source. So the light hitting the planet is from here, and the light hitting this planet is from here, and obviously it implies that the light is coming from the word gravity. You know, it's just a tiny little design thing, but if I was going to flip it like this, it might seem a little, to me it looks a little strange, but maybe that's just me being somewhat obsessive compulsive. But this now is much bigger and a lot more readable because it's bigger and because we dimmed the image behind it. That's the number one thing. That's my number one problem that I run into when I'm making thumbnails, is that it's just not readable with the colors that I want to do. Oh, right, I forgot to put this back behind that. There we go. See, now it looks three-dimensional, because before it was going over the G, which made it look like I had been lazy. Before it was like that. Makes it look like I had been lazy and just put an oval over it, but just simply putting it behind there makes it look so much better because it just flows throughout the image. And I did not mean to right click, but, and yeah, there you go. I'd be pretty proud of this thumbnail. I don't know if I am going to change them. I probably will. Don't really have a reason not to, but yeah, this is, yeah, I started off with a simple one. And just for the background, I just got some space, some random image of space. I think I used this image in my last video, in my Mercury video. Another thumbnail that I'm actually decently proud of. Yeah, maybe I could get that in here. Show you guys how I made that one. Let me grab that for you guys real quick. But whether you're watching this live or you're just watching it as a video, because I think I'm just going to keep this on my channel. All my other streams that I did were just gaming streams because I wanted to see how OBS worked, and I was like, well, I do enjoy my daily video game, so I streamed those. Let me get Mercury in here. Yeah, this one, again, not too bad. There's actually kind of a funny story behind this once I get in here, once it loads. Here. Do not want to link that. Alright, how does that look? Looks decent. So this is my latest thumbnail for what typically goes on in this channel, ignoring the my milestone video. Mercury, and this is going to be part of a series. I do intend to do a lot of, well, obviously all of the planets in the solar system. Maybe I'll even include Pluto if I'm feeling generous. But so this one was pretty easy, honestly. This is Mariner 10, and this is Messenger, which are the only two probes or spacecraft, if you want to call it that, to ever go and image Mercury. So it's good that I included them in here because, you know, it's accurate. If I had just thrown other probes in there, it wouldn't have been necessarily too bad, but it's, you know, I just like being accurate, you know. And I did use these images later on in the video. But, so, what stands out the most to me is the title. All I did, and you guys could probably guess, is I just typed in Mercury, found a good font. You know, I do like to spice up the fonts. Like, I have this one, and then got that one, and then the 128 seconds is a different font. You're going to see a lot of fonts changing in the later thumbnails. But with this one, what's funny is that I had found this great image of Mercury, and I threw it in, and it had been recolored, much like the one in front of you. I recolored this image myself, but I had found this great image of Mercury, and it was recolored to like an orangey red, kind of like this one. But I'd been staring at pictures of Mercury for so long because I was doing, you know, my typical hours of research, and I don't pretend to know the geography of Mercury, like which craters are where. I know there's a lot of musical composers, a lot of craters named after musical composers. So I'm pretty sure you can go to Google Maps and you can actually like kind of walk around on Mercury. Like, you can't do the street view, but you can look at some of the landmarks and stuff. But and again, Mercury isn't this color in actuality. In actuality, it looks a lot like the moon. It is, here, I can even show you. If I go to my format options, I recolored it to here. If I take off the recolor, that is what it actually looks like. It's just, you know, grayish. I think this is a black and white photo, so maybe it's not this. I don't know what the opposite of contrast it is. Grayscaled, I guess. So maybe it's not this grayscaled, but this is pretty close to what it actually looks like. But of course, gray is not a good color for a thumbnail, so we bring it over there. But I'd found that image of Mercury, I throw it in, and like I said, I don't claim to know the geography of Mercury, but I was looking at this image that I'd found, and I was like, this does not look like Mercury, because, you know, I started noticing, like, stuff on other pictures of Mercury, like this crater here, that's pretty present, that one over there, this thing happening up there, and it really just did not look like Mercury, so I did a search by image, and it was actually Venus. So I had almost made this entire thumbnail for my Mercury video with the title of Mercury, with Venus being the center stage of it. So it's always good to fact check the images you're using, and as well, it's good to fact check everything you're doing, really. But that was just a little funny thing, but that did inspire me to recolor Mercury like that other image, like the image of Venus, because it does stand out. And also, you know me, I love the blue and orange, if you couldn't tell by a large portion of my thumbnails. I'm pretty sure they are complementary colors, and if they are, they're like the best complementary colors, like Team Blue-Orange, really. But, so I got the overlay, and here, I'll show you guys. These are just two different layers. It's just Mercury. I copied, pasted it, changed the color, and I just overlaid it. So the blue complements the orange, and also what I did with this is, after I copied and pasted it, I made the blue layer slightly bigger than the white layer. So that, I don't think you guys can see the font size, and I don't want to move that, but yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is, the blue layer is font size 113, and this down here is just font size 110, so it's just 3 points bigger, but it gives it that offset, because over here you can see the blue is offset to the left, and once you get over to the Y, the blue is offset to the right, which gives it kind of a more 3D, more of a clean look. And again, I've not taken any classes in graphic design. This is all just stuff that I've noticed, and anyone listening, you can really just do graphic design on your own. The only thing you gotta ask yourself is, what looks good, and what can I do to change this if it looks bad? That's all you need to know, all you need to do. Just two more things about this. The little halo of light around Mercury I used just because without it, it kind of looked worse. How I achieved this is I just did this in Google Slides. I used this option, the drop shadow option. As you can see, it's selected, and this is a really cool feature because it lets you figure out how transparent you want the shadow, how untransparent you want it, and also what's important is the angle. Like right here you can see I'm changing the angle of the shadow. Now eventually what I did have to do is I had to do two of these, because here if I move this you can actually see that there's a secret second Mercury, because I need to get the shadow all the way around, because they don't have an option for the shadow to go all the way around, like as if light was coming directly at it. So all I did is I just took another, I copied the picture of Mercury, I overlaid them, and of course they're the exact same size, and I just selected for this one in the back, its shadow to just go the opposite way. So that way you can see here the shadow's coming to the left, over here the shadow's coming to the right. You put them together and it looks like it's just going all the way around. So one of the reasons I did that is because the picture of Venus that I had, like obviously before I knew it was Venus that I was going to use, it was 3D, like it had accurate shadows on it and everything, and that looked really good. So if I was to, has it been playing this? Because that's not good. I set it to loop. Oh, I might get copyright claimed for that. But, oh god, how long has that been playing? I set it to loop. I made an entire stream playlist for it to loop. Oh, that's not good. I hope it's not, I hope that's not an issue. I just recognize that song because I do like that mix that was just playing. It's old songs, but it's lo-fi remixes of them. I like listening to that stuff. Here, let me see if I can fix that. Sorry guys, give me 1 second to do that. Yeah, I've been hearing that more and more. People have been getting screwed over by like ads. Like obviously I don't have ads on my video, but ads have been appearing in wrong places. Preferences they've had have just been ignored. You know, stuff like that. You know, stuff like that. Here. Let me playing this? Because that's not good. I set it to loop. Oh, I'm like... Yeah, okay, I do not know how long it was playing that. But hopefully, I won't get copyright struck. Let's see here. Why was it not playing my playlist when I'd set it to loop? Come on, YouTube. Get with it. Alright. Please loop playlist. Alright. It looks like we do have the music back. I really just do not know what happened there. But now I'm keeping an eye on it to make sure that it's not pulling any funky stuff. Alright. So back to it. Yeah, this thumbnail, I am pretty proud of it, if I'm gonna be honest. Like I always say, whenever people ask me what's my favorite video I've done, it's always just the last one that I've done. Because I do think I just keep getting better as I keep making videos, and as I just keep putting in more and more effort into my videos. Every last video I do becomes my favorite because I've put a lot of work and a lot of dedication into it, a lot of love into it. But yeah, the only other thing here, this is, as you can see, I did my trick that I did on the other one where I dimmed the image behind it so that the text on top of it becomes more readable. I dimmed this image of Mariner 10 to put my 1:28 seconds on to the satellite, which is pretty cool. You know, in my head this did look a little cooler. But this ended up being a little too small for anyone to actually feasibly read it. Which sucked, but another thing I like to do is I like what we have going on here. Like you can see it actually goes off of it, but obviously the captured area is just where space goes, and again, just random space background that I got from Google Images. But yeah, I like it coming off of the side because that gives it more of a perspective. And yeah, so maybe I'll fix this, maybe I'll change it, maybe I won't, but you know, it's just learning, and I honestly do think my thumbnails just keep getting better and better. Here, let me open up my channel so I can have dates for everything I'm doing, so I can tell you guys how far these videos are in the past. Yeah, so Mercury is obviously my video I posted 2 days ago. This Gravity one is the one that I did 3 weeks ago. And the next one we have up is hearing/sound perception. This one I did here, here. YouTube only tells you that it was like a month ago. It doesn't tell you to the weeks, but I can count because each of my videos, they're just a week. So, of course, I did miss the one last week because I did not have power, and that really sucked. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So I did this one 7 weeks ago, so almost 2 months ago. And as you can tell, this is kind of trash. What I did is I just found that the background is just an image I got from Google Images. And I did my trick from before. I just dimmed it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I dimmed it, made it transparent so that the text popped more. And I found this, like, marker scribble to make it more readable, I guess. It still doesn't even look that good. But this is where, like, this is one of the ones I have an issue with just because it's not very creative. You know, like, the reason why I think this is one of my best thumbnails is because it's kind of creative. You know, it's like they're orbiting gravity, and, you know, it tells you what the video's about, and it's simple, simplistic, and it looks pretty good. You know, this one, you got the logo painted on the side of the satellite, you got the funky text down here, you got the halo going on. So just simplistic, yet with many different layers to it, you know. But with this one, like, there's, when you get down to it, there's only like 5 elements. There's the title, the background, the marker behind it, and this, and the marker behind that, so maybe 6. But there's nothing really creative about it, you know. So what I would opt to do here is just completely change this. Maybe get rid of the background. Obviously we keep the title, so we ungroup this. So we, sometimes Google has a hard time with that. Excuse me. We gotta ungroup. Oh, well, they were never even grouped. Would you look at that? And also, I've gotten a lot of hate for this font, but it's, you know, it's obviously very nostalgic to me because this is the original font of the channel. When my videos used to say in under 128 seconds, it was written in this font. So, still pretty nostalgic to me, you know. But, so now we got the title, and the font isn't really that inspired. And then we got this down here. So, and we can change around the sizes of all that, but again, I just use practical stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an icon, because I want to keep it simple. Hey, right on the home page, there's an icon of an ear. Right now what I'm using, you guys should check this out. I'll leave the link in the description, actually, once I'm done with this video, or live stream. It's called the Noun Project, and it just has a lot of icons. All the ones in my banner and my logo are from here, and it's just free to use, and they're all like PNGs, so they have transparent backgrounds, and it's just, you know, it's good because a lot of the time when you try and find, here, I'll actually show you guys. I'll put this over here. So I'm on the Noun Project. I just searched for ear. Let's see, what can you guys see? Yeah, but anyways, it gives you this whole selection. Like, I just typed in ear, and look at how many things they have for ear, you know? So you can find pretty much anything. I think I'm gonna go for this one because it shows sound going into an ear. That was the other thing I was maybe thinking about doing. I actually might go for this one because it's more anatomically correct. But, and then this one is simple. You know, it's sometimes it's like hard to choose. But so what we can do is we can just, you know, copy that, and then come back here. Boom, done. It's in your project, and I can change the background. And oh, that's probably really hard to see. So we change the background and it's completely transparent. So no white backgrounds, no nothing. Change that back to white, and we're gonna do the background and everything else before we do anything else. Just like if you were gonna paint a picture, you know. So we're probably gonna keep this ear, you know, centrally located. The icons do get a little blurry, as you can see, if you like make them a little too big. So maybe we keep this guy small, you know. Or maybe we go off of that and we get a... Here, I'm gonna throw this back down here. Here, what can you guys see? You guys can see that. It probably doesn't look too good. Let me just try and get sound. See what images they have for sound. Alright. Pretty simplistic. I like it. Yeah, let's go for this one. So then all you do is you just copy it. Oh, maybe because I'm just copying it from the front page because I'm not actually downloading it. You know, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I don't like downloading things even though I have enough space on my computer. Just a little weird thing. Oh, you can even change the color. That's pretty good. But let me do this. Oh, here we go. We just got our standard sound icon. Throw it in the middle, maybe. Or maybe we do a little bit of both. We throw the icon over there, and then we get an image of an ear. Same one we had before. And there you go. And we can mess around with these two guys later, but now we just need a background. Now this one's kind of tricky because, you know, you can't see sound. But maybe we could do something with sound waves. So let's just see what's out there. That's the number one thing, you know. It's the internet, so you can find pretty much anything you want. We get some sound waves going on. And if we could just get like a chill background, something that looks like it's not from like the early 2000s. That one's not bad. Or, you know, we could even make our own. Because, not the background. Because, you know, Google has its curve tools and everything. So, again, I'm in no way an expert with these things. But I guess if we just make it, well, I guess if it keeps going. I don't really know how to get out of this kind of trapped here. Can I just hit enter? How do you stop this madness? Here, I'll go. I know there's a way to stop the line from going. End. Oh, well, I guess it just took us to the actual end, so you guys saw what the last one was. But anyways, my point is that you can just make here. Yeah, maybe I'll do this. You know, the image over here is messing it up. But you do this. You know, you just get a curve. This is just a curved connector. Get this, copy. This is what I did for the state flag of Mississippi. They're taking submissions to change the state flag of Mississippi. So if you guys are interested in that, I would definitely check that out. You know, maybe you could have the clout of designing the next state flag of Mississippi and of the United States. But all I did is, you see, but this, now I'm thinking it's a little too wide. for Soundwave, you know, because sound waves are kind of closer together, you know. If this thing could stop flipping on me. So we make it just a little smaller. Get rid of this guy, copy him, or her, we don't know. And we put him back. That looks more natural. So we take this, and then, I guess here, you know, line it up, copy that. Now you got these guys going on. Now you can just copy both of these guys, keep them going, you know. So now we got some waves going on. And I could get into centering all this, but I'll do that later. Not what I wanted to do. That's the number one thing. If you listen in while I'm making thumbnails, it's the number one thing you're gonna hear me say. It's just not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna group these so it makes it easier for us to do whatever we want to these guys. You know, we can change the color on them, you know, make them orange, but the most important thing is we change the thickness, you know, so now you can see it better, because you don't want it to be some skinny line. Now we got that going. Here's where, now maybe we can choose just more of a plain background, you know, something that still shows off the lines, but doesn't take away from anything else. You know? So maybe I was thinking we have the sound line, the sound wave go, and center the two, you know. But then now I look at this, that doesn't look too good, so maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we'll have this be the dividing line between the two. And so we have something like this going on, you know. And I think that doesn't look too bad. Let's get him out of the way. Just as a standard thing, doesn't really look too bad. Now, maybe we'll even get a little crazier. Copy this. Offset it, just a smidge. Just like that, something like that. Maybe we'll go a little up so you can see that they're two distinct lines. And we change the color on them. Something that's still visible. You know me, that blue and orange. Because these are also the colors of the portals from Portal. Well, now we got this. Doesn't look too bad. In fact, I actually kind of like that. Maybe we'll even make them a little thicker. Let's go crazy. There we go. Now I got these two lines going. So now, here comes the obvious issue, because I can't put the title right up there, because it's blocked. So, now we do some funky stuff, you know? First of all, we can maybe even make it smaller, because that's a good thing. Because we have, like, this icon and this icon, you know what the video is about, man. You know it's about sound, you know it's about hearing, and all this, and we can make this a little smaller. Excuse me. Maybe we'll even... You see now, he's getting in the way. We'll put the enter in there. Now we can make it a little bigger. We can even put this guy right up in the corner. Think about that. Make him just as big. But let's see how that looks when we put this guy back. Yeah, that's kind of intruding on him. So we gotta put it there. And it's a good thing because a Google slide is kind of the length of a YouTube thumbnail, like the resolution, I mean, kind of the resolution. And now I don't use the this, again, just not what I wanted to do. We don't use this font anymore, unfortunately. So maybe I'll make it the same as the title. Let's see, that was Spartan, I believe. Put him here. Ooh, and then maybe we could even make these guys. So let's see what this thing is. Over there, so we got light red 1, so we go right across the color wheel to light blue 1. You know? Or maybe we should make this guy light orange 1, because such is the orange-blue complement. You know, we just make the whole image work together. Just gonna start using Control A. So here's light orange 1, so we go over to light blue 1. You know, a little hard to see with the background, so maybe we go for the darker. Just make it a little darker, or we even make it purple. Ah, that doesn't look too good, you know. But nothing that we can't change. Make it just a smidge darker. There we go. Now it's looking like something that we can work with. And if this guy is straight in the corner, this guy can be the same thing. Put it at no tilt. This is a very clean thumbnail. I like it. Here, we're gonna make this guy. I don't want him to intrude on that ear. Is this thing tilted? Oh, not. And then just he goes right in the corner. All right, and this could either be the final product or just the first draft. I do want this to maybe we make him go to the end. I want it to flow through the entire thing. You know? I still want it to be off-centered. I guess we can't do that if it's going to be off-centered. Or we could, we would just have to make him a little longer. A little wider. You know, let's just keep it as it was before. Right there. Alright, here, let me present that. I think that looks alright. That does not look too bad. Maybe we will bring that to the end. I'll find a way to keep the ratios the same and everything. But definitely a big step up from what it was. I will bring the original back in here. Where is he? There it is. So that's the original, and this is the new one. You know, maybe we'll make this guy a little darker as well, because we made the other one a little darker. There. Just a comparison. This is the before, and that's the after. So that's basically my process for making thumbnails for my videos, you know, all simplistic stuff. Any one of you guys just watching at home, if you have Google Slides and access to the internet, you can do this. You can do everything that I just did. So next up we have the layers of the Earth and its atmosphere in under 128 seconds. So this is the one where I actually was writing out the in under 128 seconds on the actual thumbnail. And later I changed it so that I didn't do that, and as you guys can see, it's got the blackboard in the back. This blackboard is like one of the pillars of my channel, but I did have to stray away from it. And I actually, later on, I have the first thumbnail that I used with it in it. But it's not good for YouTube thumbnails because, you know, it's just black, kind of grayish, you know, it doesn't really pop. And that's what you want. You just want stuff to pop. Also, we are nearing the end of the playlist. the stream music playlist, so I want to see if it's just gonna go AWOL to a completely. Here, I'll turn autoplay off as well, just to give it a little more incentive to loop instead of doing whatever it did last time. Here, let's see, let me skip to the end of this. What's it gonna do? There we go. Okay, now it's working properly. Alright, so this is another thing I used to do. I used to do the thing in the four corners, you know, just to show things that are relevant to the video in it. So I have, you know, the layers of the Earth, its atmosphere, the, like, a compass to show, like, poles and stuff, you know, comets, or I guess, yeah, it's a meteorite, because I talked about the thermosphere, which is where comets, meteors burn up. Well, I guess they're meteors when they enter the atmosphere. And the ISS. But the problem is that this corner always gets hidden by the length, the video length. Because if you look at a YouTube video, it's like an area about this much gets cut off because of the video length, maybe less. But this gets hidden. So the first thing we need to do is take that out of that corner. Now, I made this image myself, I'm pretty sure. I made all the different, like the core image I did not make myself, but I put the rings around it to show the rings of the atmosphere, and I use this later on. So maybe we can keep this idea. But again, we need to get rid of the blackboard. Not by doing that, by just making the background white, I guess. There we go. I do like the comets, but it kind of takes away from what the video is, and the in under 128 seconds. We don't do that anymore, so we're going to get rid of that. The fonts here, this is another example of me using fonts to convey meaning, because I have the layers of the Earth in green and in, you know, a slab font, and this is an audio wide, the staple font of Gravity Max. But to like show like space and stuff, I guess, I don't know. For reference, this video was made, let's see. Oh, this was 4 months ago. So this is my 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my 8th video that I ever made. The audio's got to be terrible on it. That was another thing. I didn't fix my audio until like my hot sauce video. So, what are we gonna do here? I do like this concept, so I want to run with this. So, let me get a new image. Let me change everything here. Let's just completely clear it so we can start over. Layers of the Earth. Oh, but now I need to get a PNG so we can get that transparent background. Alright. Alright, we got the same image as before, but without the rings on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rings back on it. Sometimes I have a vision for what I want a thumbnail to look like, sometimes I don't. Like for this one, I had no vision going into this one, but I think it turned out alright. I might change these later on. I might actually put these on the opposite ends of the sound waves. But I don't know. But for this one, I kind of have a vision. I want to get the rings back. So how I did the rings is concentric circles. So I just, you know, I try and get the circle as much of a circle as I possibly can. Looks kind of circular. Center it with that. Let me change the border to black just so we can see it better. I don't know what order of colors we should do it in, but before I kept it pretty light. Here. And then maybe I could even open up the video, because I have all my slides saved. Yeah. So the first one is the troposphere, which is where weather happens, planes fly, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. And it is not that big, so we're going to downsize this just a smidgen. But we still want to make it bigger than the Earth. Or maybe we make the Earth smaller. It's just figuring out what's going to work the best in your thumbnail. Center this. That. No, this guy's maybe a little too big. There. Now he looks more like a circle. And again, everything is just centered. Just makes it a whole lot easier. You know, still pretty big. But now we can work with this. Now we just grab this circle again. Center it. Or, well, I guess we didn't really need to center it there. But now we just make it a little bigger. Center it again. Change the color. This is the stratosphere now. So maybe we're getting farther out. So maybe we want to do something where it gets darker and darker the more we get out. See how that looks. Looks alright. Maybe using all shades of yellow isn't a good idea. But for right now, maybe it's alright. So now we just do the same thing. We take this guy. Make him just a little bit bigger. And you change the color on him. Just make him a little darker again. I'm probably going to change this at the end, but you know what? That's what it's all about. It's just changing it. Now, we keep going down the layers. So we have the troposphere. This is the troposphere, the stratosphere, and this has to be the mesosphere then. And I think actually, I don't remember. Is it the mesosphere in which things burn up in? Or is it the thermosphere? I don't know. I should probably know. I made a video on it. But I guess you guys can check out that video. Make one circle. Just a little bit bigger. And this guy's gonna be really dark. So there we go. Now we got our circles orbiting the planet. Yeah, not really orbiting, but surrounding it. So now we can just do some color play. I do like the idea of it getting darker and darker as we go out, but maybe not all on the same shade. So maybe I make... Oh, that doesn't look too good. I mean, it is the sky, because this is kind of what you see. So maybe I'll keep it there. And maybe we make the borders a little thicker too, you know, to give it some real definition. Oh, well, yeah, I don't like them all being the same one. Next one's the stratosphere. Maybe we make it, yeah, kind of purple. I could dig that. Definitely could dig that. High possibility of digging that. This one, maybe we'll keep it yellow. That's another thing I like. Yellow and purple. That is a great color combination. And you just start finding stuff that you do like. No idea why the music just stopped there. But, maybe they disagree with me. That purple and yellow is not a good color combination. Now we make this guy kind of dark. Maybe kind of a dark blue. Doesn't look too bad. You know, although this is starting to get kind of hard to look at though, with all of the differing colors. And maybe we do make it a little thicker. I don't know. It's just whatever we want to do. But first, let me get a background in here so we can really figure out what it is that we want to do. I'll probably just get a space one, honestly. You know how I love my space backgrounds. Alright, this one doesn't look too bad. Looks kind of stretched up at the top. But then again, there are really just no rules in space. You know. So maybe we group all these. Make them a little smaller. There we go. Make them a little bigger. Yeah, so maybe we like this, maybe we don't. And then we could do some funky stuff with the titles. I was maybe thinking of putting them inside the layers, having them kind of go around. But then we would need to make the layers a little bigger. So I'm going to need to ungroup all these guys. And then we just change what we want to change. That's all there is to it. Maybe I'll make this guy a little bigger. Ooh. Oh, how about we do something like this? We have the layers of the Earth, like we write the layers of the Earth on the layers of the Earth coming out, and then we have and its atmosphere coming down on the atmosphere. Here, if you can't understand what I'm saying, let me try something like this. Oh, that is kind of small. Kind of a small area to do it on, so maybe I'll make this guy a little bigger. We need to change the background behind him. But again, just a concept. Layers. Shrink this down, and we'll of course change the font. Make it bigger, more readable. Of the Earth. So I'm gonna split up these words, have them coming out, and then we just have and. Let's go have some fun. It's atmosphere. And that's really hard to see because it's all just black text. But again, we can change that. Or maybe we could even have it all in line. A good thing to do is to just center all your text boxes. I should have been doing that. And down there. I'm making them white just for readability. But as you can start to see, for this to work, we would need to make everything a little just a little bigger. So that's what we're gonna do. Doing this messes with the text boxes as well. That's kind of stretched those out just a tiny bit. But now maybe we go back to our audio wide, because I did like the idea of having that there. There we go. You know, and then we can make the layers of the earth its own font, and then we keep it all in line, and we just make it look good, you know? I would kind of center this a little bit. Make it bigger. Center it. Make it a slab. Center this guy. And it's atmosphere. So there we go. This is, again, just a concept. This does not look good just as it is, but all we do is we make it look better. Maybe we change the colors around. We'll definitely make this text bigger, but then we just find out what works, you know? Let me start with just making this bigger. This guy is going to be bigger as well. Then maybe we make the outer rings. Oh, again, not rings. They do look like rings, don't they? That's not centered. I don't know what it's lining up with, but there's... That looks centered. Might not be. We'll figure it out. Now these guys can get a little bigger. This guy a little bigger. Then maybe we want to make him white. We make him would stand out on all these. Orange. Orange isn't too bad. Let's see how that looks. It's kind of hard to read in the yellow. Make this guy. There we go. Maybe something like that. And then, final question is, where is the in under 128 seconds, or less than 128 seconds? And I don't know, what could we have? I do talk about the moon briefly, so maybe I could use in this video. Maybe I could do something like this. Bring the moon in. Not that big. Again, maybe we do kind of have it coming off, you know, to give it more of a perspective. Maybe we have it down here. And we just have our trademark. What font? It's alright, I've been using that one a little too much. I've also been using this one a lot because this is the font they use largely in Scott Pilgrim. This font right here. This is what they use for Scott Pilgrim, which is my favorite movie. I actually just watched it for the first time a couple of months ago. Really do like that movie. Trying to find kind of a spacey one. I used that one for the Electoral College video. That's not too bad. I would use that. Make it a little bigger. It's 40. I do kind of want to tilt it, you know, just put it on a tilt, you know, just to give it, I don't know. Colors on this one, really not too sure. Again, maybe we gotta dim the moon. Although that does take away from it being the moon. Maybe we do something like that. A little hard to read because of the craters and stuff. But again, this is just a concept. This could be a first draft. Well, I mean, this is a first draft, but it could either be just that, or it could be the final product, rather. But again, to just compare it to the original, we grab that. This is the original. We got the blackboard, too much text in the middle, and this is going to get cut off, and these are convoluted to that. Looks just a little bit better. This probably would not be my final product for this, just because this kind of looks a little wonky, and it does take up quite a lot of space, and this text might be too small to read, but I would, you know, just fix what I need to, and not feel bad about fixing it. The next one I have is Evolution. So this is the main one where I try to use fonts to convey what I'm doing, because the font is kind of like evolving. You start with kind of this like handwriting, like kind of like maybe how a caveman would write, or how I write. My handwriting is not good. And then it evolves into more of a refined thing. How many different fonts do I have in here? Yeah, I got those 3 different fonts because it just transitions. But again, this gets cut off, too many words. I do like the big word, but I actually did have an idea for this, which I wasn't able to do because of the blackboard background. So I'm actually going to dig this up, and for reference, this video was made this was 3 months ago, so a month after the last one, the Layers of the Earth. And for this, I'm going to need the standard Evolution. I'm going to need this one, but with a little more people. Ooh. That's not too bad. Here, I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Maybe I would even go over to the noun project, get something for evolution. That's not too bad. Got some hunters, some gatherers. Let's see, how many are 6? And then we got 5, 9. First of all, let me get rid of this. Rid of this. Rid of this. And get rid of the black one. Let me see if I can't get a better image than that one. This is actually the best one I'm finding, the one that you guys are looking at. Let's see, is this gonna get... I feel like this is gonna get blurry. Is that right? Yeah, that's definitely gonna get blurry. 100%. Is this one gonna get blurry? Nah. Alright, we could use this one, you know. Everyone knows what it's depicting. That's another thing, you just gotta be clear and precise about what your video is about, you know? For this one, my original idea was to have the text over each one, you know, so like E is over this one, V is over this one, but, you know, there's not enough people for that. So maybe we do something like that, EV, and then, yeah, VO. Or maybe, I did want to try this. Hold on. Let me see how this works out for us. I was going to drop the reflection of this one. Yeah, something like that. Because that just looks cool to me. You know? Change. And over here you can change the transparency. Change the size. All of them. You know? So that's pretty cool. I've always just wanted to do that. And again, maybe we don't need to be so creative with it. Maybe we just make that the bottom. Put that there. Then we just have our title up here. Evolution. Find a funky font. Because sometimes if you try and be too clever with it, you try and do too much, it takes away from what your video, or from the scene that you're trying to do. That's actually not too bad, you know. Kind of looks like Darwin's handwriting. Oh, here's that's too big. Here's a fun fact: in my icon, my 128 seconds icon, the 128 is in 128 point font. Put this here, make sure it's centered. Fix the text box. And, well, we're gonna have to see what color we make the background before we change the colors on these guys. So what color would work well? Let me think. I started using gradients a lot. Like, this is the gradient you'll see, and that's my channel background. That's a lot of things. And that doesn't look too bad, actually. But I use that one quite a bit. That doesn't look too bad. I could vibe with that one. So we have a purple. Remember what I said about that purple and gold. Little hard to read. Maybe that's just because it's the font. Maybe I will change this out. That doesn't look too bad. Evolution. There we go. If I could. Alright, here we go. We have evolution. Then we can put the in under 128 seconds. Or maybe even I try and be funny. You know, the evolution image, like it's a parody of this one, but it has the guy at the end on his computer. Maybe I could do that, and on the computer I could put one of my videos. It might be a lot of work, though. I don't know. Is this gonna be the first one where we don't put the in under one? Nah, we gotta have it in there. Where, though? Where would it go? And this is where you can start getting creative again. Maybe I could put it in the O's, you know, might be a little small. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it without it, and then I would find a place to put it later. Again, here's the first one, so we can compare it. Here's the first one. Again, you don't want all this text. The images are a lot more related to the topic, but I feel like this is... I feel like you could understand what I'm trying to go for here, but it's not as good as something that's just simple. Because this is just a simple concept, and I think this looks decent. Sometimes less is more. So then we get down to polarity, which used to be my most popular video. But this is the first ever video where I used the blackboard. It isn't the blackboard, but it's the first one. This is my second ever video. So I posted this video. My first ever video that I ever did is unlisted now because it was just so trash. But I made this video 6 months ago. So, yeah, 6 months ago. So I think we gotta change everything on this. But as you can see, I have the font. And I think this is the first one where I did use that font. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I tried to kind of make the images blend in so that you couldn't tell that they were other images. I tried to find shock images of all this and stuff. Alright, polarity. Just get rid of everything. Clean slate. I do kind of have a vision for this one, I will admit. Here, I write polarity without the O. Here, I'll keep it in just for now, for spacing purposes. I'm also spacing it out. I don't know why I spaced it out, but maybe that will make it look cooler. Nah, actually, let me keep it as it was. Or let me keep it normal, actually. Yeah, it's like, what are you trying to say, man? I'll get polarity and find funky font. Not too bad. I gotta find a sciencey one. We have a lot of sciencey ones on this one because I started as a purely science channel, but now I'm doing more political, current event, other type stuff, history. Not really what I'm looking for. Nope. I'm gonna go against that one. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'll go with that. So what my vision was make that like 128 font. I was gonna sub out the O for an atom. Something like this. That doesn't really fit too well. Face it out a little more. Tighten it up a little. Tighten it a little more. Better. Alright, here, let me... That doesn't look too bad. Let me shorten it a little. And then... I don't know, for the... Like, can we do anything fun for the background? I wonder, can you drop the shadow for text? You can. Huh. Wait, if I can... Oh, that's kind of... Oh, it doesn't take that with it. That's kind of cool. I might use that in another video. That is cool. And that does kind of give it a nice little edge to it. I kind of like that, actually. And we can even change the color to when we change the color of the text. Or we might keep it black. I don't know. It kind of gives it a nice little outline. We can fix that later. Maybe this one we go simple again. Just give it a gradient background. Ooh. Oh, maybe we have it going that way. I kind of like that. But change it from orange to give us a little variety. Green. Blue. That doesn't look too bad. Now, let me... No, it's not the it's the shadow, not the reflection. Maybe this is how we'll make up for the text being black. Ooh. Put some pink on it. Or maybe now we'll put some orange on it, you know, because we get that blue-orange. Ooh. That kind of looks pretty good. Make it less transparent. That doesn't look too bad. And then we got our trademark right down here. I don't know which font we should use for this. Maybe kind of a sophisticated one. As if we're some kind of expert or something. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Here, maybe I'll even put something special on this guy. What if I drop the shadow on him? Ooh, that makes him look kind of 3D. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. Don't know if I like this being just dark. Kind of hard to read. Less hard to read, but still not the greatest. That's not bad. Alright, I'm pretty satisfied with that one. Let me throw the original. Alright, where did it go? There it is. Oh yeah, this is back when I had to put a disclaimer in the video, like this video is not intended for children under 13 years of age, that kind of stuff. Max still has that stuff in it. That's back when Copo was going crazy. This is the original, and this is the new one. And again, you guys can do everything that I just did. And lastly, this one. This one I am pretty proud of, because, you know, I do like this idea of the flags being their own people and actually going to war and stuff, because it conveys the messages that you want to convey to them. And the guns I have are actually kind of accurate. Maybe not to the country, but to the time period. So up here you have just like them fighting on a beachhead, World War II, and then the in under 128 seconds is behind barbed wire to, you know, reflect the Holocaust or any of the other prisoners of war or anything else that was going on. I guess I made them all individual things. But let me take most of this out, actually. I'm just selecting way too much. Get rid of that. I think I should have made this thing the whole focus. Well, I should have made this on the bottom. Because, you see, I was so dead set on making the in under 128 seconds. I was so dead set on making that the bottom that I kind of screwed myself over. Make this the bottom. Now it looks more dramatic. Now I can put stuff up in the sky. Oh, and by the way, we gotta take him out of here. So now... And I would have made this beach a little bigger if I could. I'm not sure if I want to change that though, right just this second. So now we have our... Here, let me actually just put a... Ooh, we could get a whole thing going on here. Hold on. Let's see if we could get like a sky. Just like a combat sky. See if we can get some warplanes in the sky. I don't know, could we layer this? Could we do it, guys? See if I can... Thanks. See if we can... That kind of detracts from the front a little bit. Maybe I could just go all out, you know. Let me see if I can just get a transparent image of some World War II planes. Oh yeah, let me show you guys this. So this image that I want to get is not a PNG. It says it is, but it's just a lie. You know, it doesn't have a transparent background. So, what can you do? You know, you can either just search for another image, or you can go to this dope site, which I found, which is Lunapic. And you can basically just upload any picture. Sometimes it's like, that image is not an image, but looks like it's working. They have all these effects that you can use. This is my secret weapon, honestly. And you go over to edit, right down here, transparent background. You just click on the background, boom, transparent, easy image. And they have way more than just that. You know, Like, if I really want to go crazy on a thumbnail or on a specific slide, or if I need something to be a PNG and it's not, you just go right up there and you do that. See, now I can throw him in, and I can change the background and everything. Maybe I could even have some bullets going out, or like some fire going out. And I just edit this to make it look not like a line. Like that. If I give it a shadow, it might actually look better. Ooh, give it a shadow of like that. There we go. Look at that. Here. Let me get the background blue. There, that really looks better. What is going on here? Why are there like random things in the air? Alright, no idea what that was. But now we can get stuff like this. Just keep copying this. We want to make it clear that it is like fire coming out, like bullets. There we go. Now we just make a bunch more of these guys coming out back here. Another one of these guys back behind him. Oh, that looks like they're just right next to each other. Shrink these guys to match the planes. There we go. These do look kind of cartoony, but, you know, maybe we can change them later. If we want to be super accurate, I could get planes from the other side, from the central powers. But for right now, I'm just going to get the same kind of planes. You know, maybe we'll just get like 2 big ones. You know, the enemies are rolling out the big ones. And maybe they're firing little short ones, you know, something like that. Those have stopped looking like actual bullets, so I think we'll just keep these ones, and maybe I'll find something later that makes them look more like what I want them to look like. So now we've kind of framed the image just a little better, and I'm not going to keep this background in blue. I'm just going to make it a sky background. Let me get that real quick. Alright. That could work. I did just have another idea. If this one doesn't work, we can try that other one I just had. Oh, hold on. This one is just a typical sky background. Nothing much to it. Alright, that doesn't look too bad. My other idea was I put the newspaper behind it that says, like, war has broken out, you know, like from the time period. And I put that as the background. But I think this looks good enough, And I did like that font for World War II that we had up. This one. Make it fit. And we gotta remember where the center is. It's pretty easy to forget where it is if like your thing is shifted. But you just gotta keep conscious of that. There we go. Oh, it doesn't make it stand out as much as I wanted to. There we go. World War II. Then right down here. We don't want two of those, we just want. But now we make this a lot smaller. If I was trying to be clever, I might put it on the back of a plane or something, but I think for this one we can just put it right down in the middle. Maybe make it stand out a little bit more, change the font. I like it being the same font actually. Change the color, make it a little deeper. Makes it kind of hard to read. Center it. I'll keep it the same color. I forget what color it was. I think it was down here. Alright, and there we go. Yeah, this one I did always like how I made the flags kind of like fight each other. But everything else about that thumbnail is really just not good. So here's the original again. Present that. And here's the new and improved. And there you go. That is my process to making thumbnails in a nutshell. Just a quick look at all the ones we made today. This one I'm not too proud of. I'm probably gonna go back, change this again, but other than that, we also made this one. So we got this one, that one, and that one. So there you go. How long have I been streaming for? Probably about yeah, 1 minute 39, or 1 hour 39 minutes. But yeah, so there you go. If you are trying to find out, you're trying to figure out how to make thumbnails, if you're trying to get into graphic design, just mess around, honestly, and just take chances and stuff, because, you know, that's what I did. Actually, one of the reasons I made a YouTube channel was kind of out of spite, because Brendan, Yui Films, asked me to do some thumbnails for his video to send him some concepts. And I did, and they were great. I sent him 3 concepts, and they were absolutely fantastic. Like, they were quality, like this level quality. And he went with a different thumbnail that was terrible. And he was like, nah, this one's better. And he designed it himself, and it was garbage, let me tell you. So, I think that's part of why I like doing thumbnails, is just out of spite to Brendan. But I digress. But yeah, so I guess if we wait around another another 28 minutes, we would be here for 128 minutes. But I've done everything that I wanted to do. And I also wanted to say that I really want to thank you guys for getting me to 128 subscribers. You know, everything I've wanted to say I said in my thank you video, but this is kind of my gift to you guys to let you in on my process and stuff, and videos are going to keep coming at you. So whether you're watching this live or you're watching it as the VOD, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you are, if you aren't, that's fine as well. And I just want to tell you guys that you can just, you know, just keep on learning and keep on trying. That's the big part. You just keep on trying, because that's the #1 way you learn. You know, like if someone tells you something, that's one thing, but if you actually do it, you go out and you learn it for yourself, you will never forget that. You know, so go out, do your own research and stuff, keep learning, be adventurous, and you'll find something that you're really comfortable with, you know? But yeah, thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you guys later. Take care.